Tim Walz, a profile in leadership. Tim Walz, the 41st governor of Minnesota, has emerged as a prominent figure in American politics, known for his leadership style, dedication to public service, and commitment to the well-being of his constituents. His journey from a high school teacher and football coach to a U.S. congressman and eventually the governor of Minnesota reflects his deep-rooted belief in public service and the power of community. Early life and education. Timothy James Walz was born on April 6, 1964, in West Point, Nebraska. He grew up in a working-class family where he learned the values of hard work, integrity, and community service. His parents, James F. Walz, a public school administrator, and Darlene R., a community activist, greatly influenced his worldview, instilling in him a sense of duty to give back to society. Walz attended Butte High School in Butte, Nebraska, and after graduation, he pursued higher education at Chadron State College in Nebraska. He later earned a master's degree in education from Minnesota State University, Mankato. His academic background in education would later become a cornerstone of his political career, influencing his policies and legislative priorities. Military service. Before entering politics, Walz served in the Minnesota National Guard for 24 years, retiring with the rank of Master Sergeant. His military service was not just a point of personal pride, but also a foundation for his political ethos. Walz's time in the National Guard provided him with first-hand experience of the challenges faced by service members and veterans, shaping his commitment to advocating for their rights and well-being throughout his political career. Teaching career and entry into politics. Walz's career as a teacher began in Nebraska, but later brought him to Mankato, Minnesota, where he taught social studies and coached football at Mankato West High School. His deep connection with students in the community earned him widespread respect and recognition. His passion for education and his concern for the challenges facing his students motivated him to seek public office. In 2006, Walz decided to run for Congress, challenging six-term Republican incumbent Gil Gutknecht in Minnesota's 1st Congressional District. Running as a Democrat in a predominantly Republican district, Walz emphasized his background as a teacher, coach, and National Guard veteran, appealing to a broad range of voters. His grassroots campaign, coupled with a strong message of change, resonated with constituents, and he won the election, becoming the first Democrat to represent the district since 1891. Congressional career. During his time in Congress, Walz quickly established himself as a pragmatic and effective legislator. Serving from 2007 to 2019, he was a member of several key committees, including the House Agriculture Committee and the House Veterans Affairs Committee, where he became a leading advocate for veterans' issues. His work on behalf of veterans was particularly noteworthy. He pushed for increased funding for veterans' health care, improved mental health services, and expanded educational opportunities for service members returning from active duty. Walz also championed agricultural issues, crucial to his largely rural district, and played a significant role in shaping farm policy during his tenure. His ability to work across the aisle and his focus on practical solutions to the issues facing his constituents earned him respect from both Democrats and Republicans. Governorship and leadership. In 2018, Walz ran for governor of Minnesota, successfully defeating Republican candidate Jeff Johnson. As governor, Walz has faced numerous challenges, including managing the state's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, addressing social justice issues in the wake of George Floyd's death, and dealing with the economic fallout from the pandemic. Walz's handling of the COVID-19 crisis was marked by a cautious and science-driven approach. He implemented statewide mask mandates, social distancing measures, and economic relief packages to support businesses and individuals affected by the pandemic. His decisions were often controversial, drawing criticism from those who felt the restrictions were too severe. But Walz consistently emphasized the importance of protecting public health and saving lives. In the aftermath of George Floyd's death in May 2020, Walz faced one of the most significant social justice crises in recent American history. The incident, which occurred in Minneapolis, sparked nationwide protests and brought issues of racial injustice and police reform to the forefront. Walz responded by calling for meaningful reforms in policing and addressing systemic racism, while also working to maintain order during the protests. His leadership during this time was a balancing act, as he sought to address the legitimate grievances of protesters while also ensuring public safety. Legacy and impact. Tim Walz's political career reflects his commitment to public service, his deep connection to his community, and his dedication to improving the lives of Minnesotans. His background as a teacher and veteran has informed his approach to governance, emphasizing education, veterans' affairs, and practical solutions to the challenges facing his state. While his tenure as governor has not been without controversy, particularly in his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic and the George Floyd protests, Walz has remained steadfast in his belief in the power of public service to effect positive change. As Walz continues his governorship, his legacy will likely be defined by his ability to navigate Minnesota through some of its most challenging times in recent history. Whether through his work on healthcare, education, or social justice, Tim Walz has proven to be a leader committed to the values of equity, fairness, and community, a true public servant in every sense of the word.